far out in the universe, far beyond the reach of any spacecraft, beyond any planet or any star, there is a monster staring back at us from nearly 18 billion light years away. Sitting at the edge of the observable cosmos, it proves our reality is remarkably fragile. It is not just distant. It is not just large. It is so extreme that even the numbers used to describe it begin to feel meaningless. This is TON 618. It is a black hole so massive that it shatters the scale of everything we know. Our sun, a star that already feels impossibly huge to the human mind, is reduced to nothing more than a microscopic grain of sand beside it. And once you understand just how enormous this black hole really is, you'll see why scientists say TON 618 doesn't just sit in the universe. It challenges the rules of reality. To understand how we found this black hole, we have to go back to 1957. Astronomers at the Tonantzintla Observatory in Mexico spotted a faint violet point of light in the night sky. They logged it simply as entry number 618 in their catalog and moved on. Later, in 1970, radio surveys revealed it was far too powerful to be a normal star. When scientists traced the source, they realized it was coming from over 10 billion light years away, near the very beginning of cosmic time. That means this light left its source long before our Earth, our Sun, or our entire solar system were even born. That is when scientists realized they were looking at a quasar, a blinding cosmic engine powered by one of the largest black holes ever discovered. And that discovery raises the real question: how big is this black hole actually? To truly grasp the scale of TON 618, we have to start by shrinking our perspective down to what we know. Think of our inner solar system. The blazing sun in the center, the paths of Earth and Mars, the rings of Saturn, and the frozen darkness beyond Neptune. Now, imagine taking that entire multi-billion-mile expanse of space and dropping it inside TON 618. Our entire inner solar system would vanish like a single microscopic drop of water falling into a pitch-black ocean. The event horizon, the physical boundary of the black hole, stretches across a diameter of roughly 390 billion kilometers. That is about 43 times the distance from the Sun to Neptune. Scientists classify it as an ultramassive black hole, packing the weight of 66 billion suns into a single point. Because its gravitational pull is so supreme, it acts like a cosmic whirlpool, dragging in gas and matter at tremendous speeds. As billions of tons of material scream toward the edge, they are crushed and friction heated into a swirling, blinding disk of plasma called an accretion disk, and together they form a quasar. This cosmic engine burns so violently that it shines with the light of 140 trillion suns. It completely outshines its own host galaxy, casting a terrifying glare across the vast emptiness of space. But looking at this terrifying giant leaves astronomers with a frustrating puzzle. In astrophysics, there is a practical limit on how fast a black hole can grow, a ceiling known as the Eddington limit. If a black hole eats too quickly, the intense heat and radiation it generates should blast away its own food supply, starving the monster and slowing its growth. It is a natural braking system built into the cosmos. Yet, Ton 618 appears to challenge it. It grew so impossibly large that it pushes our models to the edge. But breaking the rules of growth is just a prelude to what happens if a human being were to cross its border. Near a black hole this massive, space-time becomes intensely warped. Ton 618 bends the fabric of space and time so strongly that the closer you move toward the event horizon, the slower your time runs compared with the outside universe. Your clock would still tick normally for you. It would only appear to slow from the perspective of someone far away. If you hovered very close to it, the outside universe would look like it is moving faster relative to your own clock. But this would not be a clean fast-forward effect. The image would be warped, faint, red-shifted, and increasingly difficult to interpret because gravity changes how the light reaches your eyes. And then comes the true boundary. Once you cross the event horizon, escape is no longer possible. Inside Ton 618, it is not simply gravity pulling you inward. The geometry of space-time is so extreme that every future path leads deeper toward the center. No engine, no turn, and no amount of force can change that. Once you are inside, moving outward is no longer part of your future. Your timeline is now completely fixed, predetermined. But this journey through the dark does not last forever. As you drift deeper inside, you might expect to hit a solid surface or find some kind of center waiting for you. But the universe does not have a basement. Along the way, spaghettification will begin, a process where a black hole's gravity stretches your body lengthwise and squeezes it from the sides until it is torn apart into atoms. That would be the end, long before you reach anywhere. But if we imagine the impossible, if something could somehow keep you moving inward, you would eventually reach a region where space-time becomes so extreme that our current physics can no longer describe what happens next. This is singularity. It is not a physical object sitting at the center. It is the point where the mass of the black hole is crushed into an unbelievably tiny region. At this point, space-time bends so violently that reality itself stops giving us a clear answer. Ton 618 stands as a terrifying reminder of how little we truly understand. It is a place where the rules of our textbooks begin to fail, where physics is pushed to its limit, and where space-time bends into a final answer we do not yet know.